Hello and welcome to today's book review. In this video, I'll be talking about the book When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi, finalist for the Penn Center USA Literary Award in Creative Nonfiction and the Books for a Better Life Award in Inspirational Memoir. Let's talk a little bit about the author of this book. Paul Kalanithi was a neurosurgeon and writer. He grew up in Kingman, Arizona, and graduated from Stanford University with ABA and MA in English Literature and ABA in Human Biology. He earned an MPIL in History and Philosophy of Science and Medicine from the University of Cambridge and graduated cum laude from the Yale School of Medicine, where he was inducted into the Alpha Omega Alpha National Medical Honor Society. He returned to Stanford to complete his residency training in neurological surgery and a postdoctoral fellowship in neuroscience, during which he received the American Academy of Neurological Surgery's highest award for research. He died in March 2015. He is survived by his large, loving family, including his wife Lucy and their daughter, Elizabeth Acadia. What's this book about? At the age of 36, on the verge of completing a decade's worth of training as a neurosurgeon, Paul Kalanithi was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. One day he was a doctor treating the dying, and the next he was a patient struggling to live. And just like that, the future he and his wife had imagined evaporated. When Breath Becomes Air chronicles Kalanithi's transformation from a naive medical student possessed, as he wrote, by the question of what, given that all organisms die, makes a virtuous and meaningful life into a neurosurgeon at Stanford working in the brain, the most critical place for human identity, and finally into a patient and new father confronting his own mortality. A short review of this book, When Breath Becomes Air, written by Paul Kalanithi, is an autobiographical account of the author's life journey and his battle with terminal lung cancer. The book is divided into 2 parts. The first chronicles Kalanithi's transformation from a literature graduate grappling with the question of meaning and purpose to his decision to pursue medicine and eventually neurosurgery as his calling. The second part documents his transition from being a neurosurgery resident to becoming a patient struggling to come to terms with his cancer diagnosis. The book provides a raw and candid look at Kalanithi's experiences, realizations, and reflections on life and death through vivid depictions. He takes readers into the world of medicine, the thrill of saving lives, as well as the sobering confrontation with mortality. He lays bare both the idealism and harsh realities of medical training, where students begin by solemnly dissecting cadavers and end up becoming desensitized to death. Kalanithi sheds light on the difficult decisions doctors and patients are faced with, whether to prolong a painful life or choose the certainty of death. The book has been hailed for its eloquence, clarity, and honesty with which Kalanithi unravels questions of meaning, purpose, and what makes life worth living. He mines literature and philosophy in his attempt to find answers, but realizes that a meaningful life is more complex than words alone. His battle with cancer makes Kalanithi experience the roles of being both a doctor and patient, giving him a fuller sense of human mortality. In the end, despite his tragic diagnosis, he chooses not to focus on living until, but on truly living. Hey, good to see you. My assessment of whether When Breath Becomes Air is worth buying. Through vivid and unflinching prose, Kalanithi chronicles his transformation from a young man enchanted by literature to a neurosurgery resident confronting questions of morality, meaning, and mortality. The book offers readers an intimate portrait of Kalanithi's life journey and his battle with lung cancer, It delves deeply into existential questions about what makes life meaningful even in the face of death. Kalanithi reflects profoundly on his experiences as both a doctor and patient, providing a fuller understanding of human frailty. When Breath Becomes Air has earned praise for its eloquence, honesty, and ability to delve into life's most complex questions with clarity and compassion. The book has resonated with a wide audience, from medical professionals to general readers, grappling with loss and meaning in their everyday lives. Without sentimentalizing, Kalanithi skillfully unravels what gives life purpose, challenges readers to reflect deeply on mortality, and depicts the richness of life when it is lived meaningfully. When Breath Becomes Air is worthwhile reading for anyone seeking insight on life, death, adversity, and what gives existence value for its thought-provoking themes. Lyrical prose and deeply affecting journey, the book is undoubtedly worth purchasing.